My MIL called me barren at dinner, so I made sure she'd never hold a grandchild. So my husband Jake and I had been trying for a baby for like 3 years. Not gonna lie, it was rough. Every month was just disappointment after disappointment. We'd done all the tests and everything looked fine. Doctor said sometimes it just takes time, but Mael didn't see it that way. Her name's Patricia, and she's one of those ladies who thinks her opinion is basically law. Every single family dinner, she'd make these comments. When am I getting grandbabies? Or, in my day, we didn't wait this long. Jake would tell her to stop, but she'd just laugh it off like she was joking. Anyway, about 4 months before the dinner, I found out I was pregnant. Like actually pregnant. Jake and I were so happy we literally cried in the bathroom together while staring at the test. But here's the thing. We decided to wait to tell people. We'd had a scare before where I thought I was pregnant and told everyone, and then I wasn't, and it was just embarrassing and sad. So we agreed we'd wait until the second trimester to say anything. Fast forward to this family dinner at Patricia's house. I was like 11 weeks pregnant at this point. Already showing a tiny bit, but nothing you'd notice if you didn't know. I wore a loose sweater just to be safe. Dinner was normal at first. Patricia made pot roast. Jake's dad was talking about some project at work. Jake's brother was there with his wife. Then Patricia starts up again. So, she says, looking right at me while cutting her meat. Any news you two want to share? I just smiled and said, nope, nothing new. Jake squeezed my hand under the table. We'd agreed we were telling everyone at Christmas, which was like a month away. I was gonna be showing by then anyway. Patricia puts down her fork. I was talking to my friend Linda, and her daughter had trouble conceiving too. Turned out she was barren. Had to adopt. The whole table went quiet. Mom, don't start, Jake said. But Patricia kept going. I'm just saying maybe you two need to consider other options. Some women just aren't meant to carry children. It's nobody's fault. It's just biology. My nephew's wife was barren too, and once they accepted it and adopted, they were so much happier. I'm sitting there, literally pregnant with her grandkid, listening to her call me barren. I'm not barren, I said quietly. Well, 3 years is a long time, sweetie. I'm just trying to help. Maybe you have weak eggs or something. My friend Linda said her daughter had weak eggs and, Patricia, stop, Jake's dad finally said. But she didn't stop. She looked at me with this fake sympathetic face and said, honey, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be realistic. You're barren. It's okay to admit it. We can love adopted grandbabies just as much. She said it so casually, like she was commenting on the weather. You're barren. I stood up from the table. I need to use the bathroom. Jake started to get up too, but I told him to stay. I went to the bathroom and just stood there looking at myself in the mirror. I was 11 weeks pregnant. I had the ultrasound pictures in my purse. This baby was real, and she just called me barren in front of everyone. That's when I decided Patricia was never meeting this kid, ever. I came back to the table and we finished dinner without saying much. Jake apologized for his mom on the drive home, but I told him it was fine. I didn't tell him what I'd decided yet. Over the next few weeks, Jake kept saying we should tell his parents about the baby. Christmas was coming up, but I kept making excuses. Let's wait until after the holidays. Let's wait until we know the gender. Let's wait until I'm showing more. Jake finally asked me what was wrong, and I told him straight up. His mom was never meeting our baby. After what she said, after how she treated me, I was done. He tried to argue at first. Said she didn't mean it, she was just worried, blah blah. But I stood my ground. I told him his mom spent 3 years making me feel like I was broken. And then when I was literally pregnant, she called me barren to my face at dinner. I wasn't putting my kid through having a grandmother who talked like that. We fought about it for like 2 weeks. But then Jake's mom sent me this text. I hope you're taking my advice about adoption. I can send you some links to agencies. I showed Jake the text, and something in his face just changed. He finally got it. Okay, he said. We don't tell her. Christmas came and went. We told my parents, and they were obviously super excited. Jake told his dad privately because his dad had actually defended me at that dinner. His dad was cool about keeping it secret. Said he understood why I didn't want Patricia involved. I had the baby in June. A girl. She's perfect.